One of the issues we all deal with as we work towards becoming improvisers is what to play after we know how to play the melody. So assuming that you've looked at the chords and learned them and you can play them and that you understand them and that you can play the melody, we'll get to that point where you just say, now what do I play? Well, we're trying to learn to improvise something, and it's a big leap from knowing the melody to improvising a solo. What I do is I try to start with the melody, play it through several times, and rhythmize that melody. Rhythmization to me is taking that melody, not adding other pitches, but I want to add some different interpretations of the rhythm that the melody is played in. Let me demonstrate that. And this is a great old song called Indiana, which has been just a favorite of jazz improvisers for many, many years. And it's a great song to know, and I hope you'll learn it. Here's the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, you've probably heard that. Fairly simple. Let me rhythmize it now. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to try to just play around with the rhythm of that and kind of add some different interpretations of it. So I might go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I haven't added any melodic notes really. I've just played around with that rhythm. So what I'll do after I can do that a few times through is then I might start thinking, well, could I add some notes above or below a particular melody note? So again, I would start with that basic melody that I know. I would rhythmize it, and then I would add some notes that are nearby that melody. I might do something about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So there's a quick example of first rhythmizing and then adding some nearby notes to the melody. Now, if you approach things this way, you've learned the melody. Of course, you learned the chord progression too. But you've learned your melody, you've rhythmized your melody, and now you've added a few notes in and around that melody or rhythmized melody, and you've ended up with 3 different approaches to the melody, 3 different solos. So if you're at a jam session or on stage, and they're passing around solos, you have 3 whole different solos that you can play. Now you might not think that the melody makes a solo, but the melody makes a perfect solo because it's the song. So don't be afraid to do just that. Don't think it's too simple. And you can always rhythmize it just a little bit or a lot, and you can always add just a few notes, or you can add a lot of notes. And you can, in your adding of notes, you can take this to any level you want and make it as abstract and take it as far away from the melody as you want. That might be more of a modern jazz approach, but it'll work just great. I think it can also be helpful to hear how other people improvise on these songs, how they take the melody and how they change it. So I've taken a few of the songs that are in my Gypsy Swing and Hot Club Rhythm complete books, one for mandolin and one for guitar, and I've written out some solos which I'll record and I'll post for you to play along with. You can also download a transcription of these new solos, and I'll put the link in the introduction to the video. So you can play along and just have a really great time. If you're not familiar with my Gypsy Swing and Hot Club Rhythm complete books, they have almost 30 songs that are played by swing and jazz musicians and hot club style musicians all over the world. It's really a lot of fun. It'll have the music with chords, standard notation, and tab. But the cool thing about it is we got together and recorded a band, kind of in the hot club style, playing the rhythm changes to all these songs, but with no lead. So you can supply all the lead. You can play along and learn the chords. You can play the melody. You can rhythmize the melody. And then you can work with turning these into solos. So on the way to that, let me play you some solos, and we hope you enjoy them. Here's one now. Here's another solo for swing in minor, which is based on the chord changes of Minor Swing by Stefan Grappelli, Django Reinhardt, and the Quintet of the Hot Club of France. In this solo, what I wanted to try to do is play octaves. And octaves, I'm playing, like with that, I'll be playing a lower C and an upper C. And one of the interesting things about playing octaves on the guitar is there are certain patterns that you can memorize and you'll be able to play them. And the way I think about this is I've got a note, my higher note is on my first string, my lower note is on my third string, and there's a muted second string in between. In between the two fingers are two open frets. It's a real powerful sound. Now, if that worked all across the guitar, it would be just too easy. But we are guitarists, and as such, the world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want, and we love these kind of challenges. So here's what happens. I can do this on strings 1 and 3, strings 2 and 4, but when I get to 3 and 5, I still am separated by one muted string, but now I only have one open fret between the two fingers. The same will be true on strings 4 and 6. You'll see how this works on this solo. Again, this is to Swing in Minor. It's from my Gypsy Swing and Hot Club Rhythm complete books, one for mandolin and one for guitar. So let's check out that octaves solo. Swing in minor at the slow speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. So that was the second solo for Swing in Minor, the octave solo. And probably what you want to do now is you want to practice that thing and memorize it. And then start working on getting it up to the tempo that you want to eventually perform it at. That might be 140, 150 or on up, whatever. And that could be quite a ways away from where you can play it right now after just going through it a couple of times. Well, the way that I get from here to there is I usually work with a metronome and play along with it. I play through the solo or the chord progression or the melody, whatever I'm working on, at a slow speed, slow enough to where I can get from the beginning of it to the end without stopping, restarting, stopping, and restarting. Let's say that might be at metronome setting 60. So I'll work on that. I'll play along with the metronome at the 60 setting until I'm really comfortable and feel like I can move it faster, move the tempo faster. And I might go up to 65 or 70. Whatever feels comfortable. I'll work on that tempo for as long as I need to work on it and just keep increasing it as I go up to my target speed. Now this might take you days or weeks or months, and that's okay. Working with a metronome, though, really gives you a chance to see where you're at any given time and how far you have to go to get to your target tempo. I mentioned before that the Gypsy Swing and Hot Club Rhythm books come packaged with audio recordings of a really hot Gypsy Swing Hot Club style band playing through all the songs in the books. And I'd like to give you a sample of that now. This will be a much shortened sample of Swing in Minor. And the book, the audio that you get with the book is much more extended. You get to play through the changes several times, practicing your chords, practicing the melody, practicing this solo or your own improvisations as long as you want. We'll jam all night long. So I hope you'll check it out, play along, and enjoy yourself. Swing in Minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.